Hello, everyone. A very good morning. A very good morning to our speakers today. And Yashika has also joined us from Dubai. Welcome, Yashika. So the industry panel today is going to be on experiencing the metaverse within the universe. And this is under the Society 5.0 theme for Form, Reform, Transform for the Pink City Design Confluence. So what is the metaverse within the universe? And what is the intention of today's session is something we'll get to know from everybody present here. But what I understand about the metaverse is that it's an interaction between the digital world and the physical world, and is what we understand as a common place for all. The blockchain is somewhat a binding agent that has brought together various platforms to be able to be accessible digitally, physically by creators, gamers, content creators, and creative people all across the globe. Broadly speaking, the technologies that make up the metaverse can include virtual reality, characterized by persistent virtual worlds that continue to exist even when you're not playing, as well as augmented reality that combines aspects of the digital and physical world. However, it doesn't require that those spaces be exclusively accessed via VR or AR. A virtual world, like aspects of games like Fortnite or Minecraft, can be accessed through PCs, game consoles, and even phones today, could be metaversal. And there's a lot more to know from everybody present here. Before that, I would like to show you all a small film by our graphics department called The Changing Room.
Hey, did you complete yesterday's assignment?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I go out in the field. I don't even know the whole design process which needs to be followed.
The design process of the field is a tad bit different. This process generates a lot of waste as well. To depict the wastage that occurs in making a garment, Arch College of Design and Business took the initiative of making a 25 feet long garment using only waste fabric with the help of students from the fashion and interior department.
A 25 feet long garment? This clearly shows how much fabric is wasted while making clothes.
In order to produce 1 kilogram of fabric, typically 200 liters of water along with chemicals and other solvents are consumed, washing the fiber, bleaching, dyeing, and then cleaning the finished product.
Can nothing be done to prevent this wastage?
Starting with Shrutidhar Paliwal sir. Shrutidhar sir is the CEO of Framtix Holding AB and is the Chief Executive Officer there, and was created as a deep understanding of healthcare needs across the world. Amongst others, the product Ecobatics aids healthcare across the world by creating zero germ zones. As the CEO, he is responsible for creating a strategic vision and thought leadership for the brand, management, and development of all global communication plans. Earlier, Mr. Shrutidhar has been the Vice President and Head Corporate Communications and Media Relations at Aptech Limited, the leading education and vocational skills training company. Sir has also, for the past 2 decades, developed experience of developing communication strategies for large organizations before joining Aptech. He was working as the AVP, Branding and Communications at Reliance Money Limited also. Welcome, sir, to the session today. Then we have amongst us Mr. Sanjay Yadav, Program Architect, 100 Co-Founders Lab, graduated in engineering from MNIT Jaipur in 1989 and followed post-graduation specialization in project management, started his career with Ansals in Delhi. In the year 1998, left well-cushioned corporate jobs of almost successive years of promotion and co-founded and built multiple businesses from scratch, one after another, but soon founded Glass Ceiling in the previous businesses and moved to founding 100 Co-Founders Lab in April 2015 as a venture builder. Before starting 100 Co-Founders Lab, he initiated and co-founded RAIN, the first angel investment group in Rajasthan. He also created concepts of EXAM, Exponential Angel Mesh, as core piece of smart economy for building smart cities. Also to his credit is the time circle tracking concept for common meetup points. Welcome, Sanjay sir, to today's session. Miss Yashika. Miss Yashika is joining us from Dubai. She's an educator and is also a collaborator with WazirX Warriors and a YouTuber. She's a technician and CEO of Profit Technologies. Miss Yashika Khater is an entrepreneur, an environmentalist, a social activist, a motivational speaker, a choreographer, an anchor, a lyricist, a director, and a script writer, as well as a traveler and a marathon runner. She also calls herself a dreamer. She is a believer of bridging the gap between innovation, research, and millions of people needing them by choosing the best way to reach the masses, business, making it win-win situation for everyone. Welcome, Ms. Yashika. It is a pleasure to have you amongst us. Then we have with us Mr. Puneet Mittal, co-founder and managing director, Pratham Softwares. Mr. Puneet is the managing director and co-founder there and has laid the foundation of PSI in his late 20s in the year 2000 with the vision of building a world-class IT solution company. Today, PSI is a leader in providing software development services, providing visible and tangible returns to enterprises in America, the United Kingdom, Europe, Australia, and many more to add to the list. Becoming of his unique vision, dedication, and ability to foresee future technologies, PSI has become an enabler of technology in the area of software program, product engineering, and professional services. A firm believer in honesty and integrity, Mr. Puneet has inspired PSI to imbibe similar values in organizational practices and service standards. He has over a decade of experience in the IT industry and possesses vast wealth of IT business knowledge. Welcome everybody to this session. So to start with the session, is the film available, or maybe we'll take the film right after the session in a quick glimpse. Meanwhile, I would like to request Shrutidhar Paliwal sir to enlighten us with a little bit about the metaverse within the universe. Welcome sir. Thank you.
A warm welcome to everyone. I may not have much to contribute as far as metaverse, the logical or the technical meaning is concerned. However, I'll be very happy to get you a glimpse of what I understand of it from the past that I've had in the last 15 odd years in education. We are one of the largest companies to train close to about 83,000 students a year on AR, VR, and IT. And from there comes a little bit of my learning on metaverse. It may still not be technical. It may not necessarily be like a bookish version of it. However, I'd like to show you my understanding, and in front of all the luminaires here, it may fall short. May I have the first slide, please? So my version of metaverse and what it does is encapsulated in this and the second slide, please. So everything that comes out of the shared infra or shared information economy right now is this. I am feeling cute, may delete later. Everybody is trying to create something or the other. You know, there is talks about content. There is talk about, I am a content creator. Are you there to like my infra? Are you there to like what I create? I am a designer. Do you like what I create? My designs are available right now. Do you want to pick it up? Do you want to share it? Do you want to buy it? And if not, I'm going to delete it later. This, in my understanding, is the reality right now. And I'm not talking about just the Facebooks of the world or Instagram or YouTube. We were really instructed to bring in what our understanding of the larger universe right now is. And for me, I think this really generates a whole lot of the hoopla that we are talking about metaverse. We may have a large number of issues beyond this, beyond the understanding of meta or the entire universe, but this is what really is the situation right now. I am feeling cute, may delete later. I just want to understand, have you seen this, any of the posts? So maybe, may I just have a show of hands if you've actually seen this anyway? Not really the image of the dummy Putin, but feeling cute may delete later. Oh, okay. So just about everybody has seen it. Essentially, this is the internet where we are creating how we communicate, and does it update on its own regularly? For example, we've all, the last couple of years around the pandemic, we've all seen it very well. We've been working on Google Sheets. What is that? It is a shared responsibility. It is a shared work. What have we seen on Zoom? What is the classic case of the Clubhouse? The importance and the relative newness of the Clubhouse. How many times have we actually gone ahead and followed somebody and suggested, oh, you look rather different, but you looked really different on a post. You look nicer in person, or either which ways, vice versa as well. Oh God, you look awful. You look lovely in your posts. Is this new metaverse just around to sell us clothes, just with a VR device? Is this there? And I've seen a couple of incidents where a real estate player in Mumbai, they could have just taken us to the show flat, but they preferred that we sit in the campus, use a VR goggle and tell us about, listen, we are going to do this, this and this. I'm there physically present. So beyond the fashion, beyond the glamour, or beyond the updation right now, what is the metaverse? So has anybody joined a gym or a yoga studio online the last couple of years? So it's been there. So there is a gym instructor on the other side of the data and asking you to really do, what you would have done offline. Has anybody gone on a virtual date, on a Zoom? Of course, but for sharing the rows, you can do just about everything here. Esports is a fantastic idea. It's an idea which is probably is going to bring more money than music, films, OTT platforms, and everything streamed down your throat and still make more money, this esports thing. Okay, so this looks like what the world will actually come to. And the last one is plus 10 kgs and probably a Gelusil every 7 days. So again, like I mentioned, this is my understanding. You start the day, then you check WhatsApp, and then you get to your Instagram, then you like a few posts, then you crib about the post, and thereafter get out of bed. And how many number of times have we in the last two years, with parents around or with just about the compulsion of getting online, almost every other time, we've had our parents say this, phone mein ghus ja tu. Everybody has seen it. Fortunately, I have also seen it, but tu laptop ke saath hi so jaya kar. So this in turn, I think is what the influential people, the people who can afford, people who have cell phones, people who have smartphones and laptops has come to. Are there more pressing issues than metaverse? Yes, there are, and that's something that we are going to discuss in this panel. Thank you, and over to Manan.
Sir, so I have a question. Coming from the generation you were talking about that, sleep with your laptop or, be stuck to the phones. My question is that, has the technology in a way has enabled us, but in some ways has that digital realm also disabled us to feel emotions, to also address things like, people try to create their virtual avatars because they're trying to propose as being somebody else, like you rightly said, that feeling cute might delete later, that indecisiveness or that unsurety of trying to portray yourself as you are, and that dilemma constantly people are in. So do you think that is the metaverse somewhere also helps settle those anxieties for the younger generation today, as it is very fast paced, and in your time it wasn't like this, but now that everybody is trying to cope with it, how do you think those emotions interact?
I think it leads to more anxieties than curb it. Because you want to be available 24/7, not just at work, but purely also friendships. I've been part of a group which used to sing every Saturday at 9:30. There have been guys who've been, taking the tea, coffee, or whatever they may want to at 9:30 in the night and then sing. It's a great mode of connecting socially. Does it lead to more anxieties? Oh, certainly it leads to more anxieties. We are in the real world. We have to take a cab outside. We have to meet people. We have to really think about, say, how does a fabric feel like? More so in your case, the design students. Does it lead to design thinking? It could. It could find a lot of solutions too. However, I think the anxiety is real. I think the Gelusil and the pantoprazole is real.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to have a few words from Sanjay sir about his opinion on the same.
So before we start, I have a couple of questions. You guys have to raise hands. We'll do fast forward. I don't know how much time I have left. I have a lot of agenda. Let's try to squeeze it. So, do you get a positive vibes or negative vibes when you heard the word crypto? Raise hand. Positive vibes. Raise hand. Negative vibes. Okay, neutral also. So I'm surprised you guys are saying in my age or people in send me negative vibes. So it is good thing, at least you guys have a very positive vibe. Imagine this crypto word will power the whole metaverse. So coming to the second question, fast forward. Any one of you have heard the name Sandbox, Decentraland? Okay. Any one of you have created NFT? Great. Two guys. Any one of you have traded NFT? Digital asset? No one. Okay. Okay, great. So I'm sure most valuable living digital artist of current times. People. Anyone heard name? Great. The Park. No. Travis Scott. Anyone heard the name? वो मुझे पता था. Okay. So he did the second event. In fact, concert with Fortnite that you heard? Okay. So that was approximately streamed to 11 million people. So Travis Scott in 1 year, if he goes around the world to do concert, he earned roughly $50 million. In the one event, he earned $11 million. And that concert becomes so popular. So these are the activities which is gaining popularity in Metaverse. You will have so many concerts happening in future, and soon you would be attending them live also. So anyone of you heard a bank has opened up in a Metaverse? JP Morgan Chase. Anyone of you have heard Metaversity? So there is a guy, Twitter India head, left job. He is started a startup, Metaversity. 73 investor, including Facebook, Google, whosoever name are there is funding him. So Metaversity will make this room soon, a metaverse, to understand you how we'll be building metaverse. So in simple word, simple definition, immersive and interactive, the real virtual world is what metaverse is. So the most important of all, why? Why this session is important at place like ARC Institute rather than happening it at some IIT, NITs or any engineering college. Why it is important, it is happening here. Why the creative economy is becoming extremely popular. Why it is for all of you is extremely important to understand what is going to play in future. I will give you a simple example. 2 persons from you can compete with the world's known Rolex watch brand, which has took many years to establish. In Metaverse, Rolex has surpassed Rolex. So imagine 2 people can kill a world's best company in a competition in a Metaverse. So any one of you has a potential to fight with any or compete with world's best brand just because what? Now understand. You have 100 rupees, let's say Rolex, when they created a brand, they had to work on a 10 different perspective, right from production to procurement to efficiency to manpower to everything. Then design is one of the component imported there. But when you are on a metaverse, design makes 80% of it, 90% of it. So you don't have to do procurement and all those competitive things, supply chain management, this and that and this. So you can create any brand which can compete best in the world just because you guys are from a design, you guys are creative guys. So let's understand this creative economy. There are a whole lot of opportunities going to come in this economy. So let's understand where we are already in Metaverse, then we'll create the roadmap for this. So NFT is already happening, 23 billion transactions happen. Now it is coming down maybe because of all shares market, everything is coming. NFT is also coming down for a while. Gaming, because of that, Metaverse is getting monetized because 2 components, NFT and gaming, is making Metaverse monetized. So that Metaverse is taking physical shape, which is actual shape. Concerts and events already happening, gaming already happening. So now let's start with, let's simulate what is Metaverse. We are sitting here. Let's imagine for a while, all of us, all of you are at your home. Not here, you are sitting next to your avatar. So every one of you is an avatar. That's a metaverse. So you are actually sitting at home. So not only this, let's imagine it's a 150 seat capacity. Now this is being attended by thousands of people. So there would come a concept of hot seat. Let's say some of avatar wants to ask me a question. So there is a seat sitting here. This is a hot seat. So when he asks a question, he would be teleported here and he will be asking me questions. So any one of you sitting there, if you ask me question, you will immediately teleported here and we'll be talking. So this is this hall. Start from the day zero. She must have bought a land here before constructing this campus. So all the metaverse, they have a real estate being bought as of now. Wherever metaverse are there, those who would become popular, people started buying land there. So let's say we have assumed land here. And second thing which comes is a designing of campus. That's massive. Imagine, let's say I give you my example. I was in past builder also. So we created a 12-foot cantilever in the sky without columns, and my architect said, no, it can't be done. I called him, at least sit across the table, let's try to figure it out. So unfortunately, we discovered an idea. Imagine I wanted to create a 30-foot cantilever in the sky. So there is no physics in force of gravity in the metaverse. Unlimited creativity. You can create massive campuses. And let's say we have a bachelor in architecture. I would like Archana would start bachelor in metaverse architecture. So that would become a profession in future. In fact, she should right now start, which I have been saying her, Archana, which I have been saying her, we should start Department of Metaverse in the college. So we should be at par with the best in the world if we do it now. Because as of now, only it is limited to Facebook, Google and all those people. No university, the best of university is still teaching the bachelor in metaverse. This guy, Metaversity, who started Twitter India, he started an MBA course. So you are now avatar, right? We are sitting in a metaverse. What you are wearing is a fashion. So there would be a digital fashion experts, massive stream. Fashion designing, there would be, so every one of you would be wearing shoes and dresses, all wearables. So one question, so all those things would be designed by you only. So there would be a digital fashion design expert. And in fact, let's say I was just thinking, today you come in an X avatar, and tomorrow you come in a Y avatar. I would recognize you, differentiate you. So somebody would come with some time in the technology that even if you change your avatar, your identity should be established. That could be Google of future. So there would be a lot of opportunity. What I'm saying is, today you think I am this avatar, tomorrow you change your avatar. So your old avatar, how would recognize that you have changed? So those kind of a thing would happen. So let's say digital design. You are fashion guy. Fashion, I am sure, is a part of your curriculum also. That should actually happen, right?
Sir,
So
if you could highlight a little bit on why the blockchain is something that creates unique content and why is that they are assets.
So the beauty is, so blockchain, the beauty is, let's say one of you, today if I create something innovative, there is a huge long process of getting copyright and patent and everything. You do it in a one step. Your creativity cannot be stolen. That's a massive advantage of underlying technology of blockchain. So imagine, let's say अभी बहुत है मदन, एक बार मेरे को complete करने दो. So let's say you are watching this. We watch TV also. There is always a advertisement in there. This session is sponsored by X and Y. So let's say we are sitting. This session is being managed by some company. So it's a 2D advertisement. Now what will happen? Let's say you are sitting here. Suddenly from the sky, if you see over, the sky will fall. There would be rain, and you will be welcomed by the Arc Institute of Design. So there would be a 3D advertisement, immersive, interactive 3D advertisement. all those 2D advertisement will be not popular in Metaverse. So you can just think, start building that creativity. You must be, I am sure graphic designing must be a course here. Digital design, graphics design. So it's all 3D work. So how much you can think creatively, wild imagination you can throw. There is no limit. There is no physics required there. There is no constraint. So earlier there used to be a store, physical store. Then there came the online stores. Then will come the metaverse stores. So every brand will have a metaverse stores. So e-commerce will shift to the metaverse commerce. That's ultimate where Amazon kind of people would come and buy for that space. So some event this is happening. Let's say so easy. This is a metaverse. Let's say there is somewhere a small gate there. And you entered in that gate. And suddenly you find the whole store is available at that event space itself. You can buy things, you can see things, all those kinds of, let's say, multiple hundreds of stalls can come here in this simple place. That's a metaverse. चलो, let's finish. मैंने कहा नहीं टाइम छोटा पड़ेगा. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. It's a creative economy. Creative people cannot have, in the history of human mankind, such an opportunity to unleash their potential. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay sir. I think that was very insightful for all the creators here. And I'm sure they'll start creating their own non-fungible tokens and understand the importance of what asset creation and digital asset creation is. Because I think copyright is something that creators face a lot. And this sort of tackles that problem very well. Now I would like to hear from Yashika, as she's a crypto educator, curious in NFT and a metaverse crazy. Yeah, Yashika.
Hi everyone, hello from Dubai, and it's such an honor to be here with all of you today. आज हम बात करेंगे NFT मेटावर्स के बारे में. मैंने अभी तक जितने भी स्पीकर से सुना है उन्होंने आपको बहुत वंडरफुल तरीके से NFT और मेटावर्स के बारे में बताया है. अभी तक काफी सारे क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हुए, काफी सारी क्लैरिटी आपको मिली, बट जो मैंने अपने इन 2 साल के करियर में सीखा है मैं आपसे आज वो शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. मेरे से पहले जो स्पीकर थे पुनीत जी, उन्होंने पूछा कि बीपल आर्टिस्ट की एक NFT बिकी थी 525 करोड़ में लास्ट ईयर, जहां पर सबसे बड़ा हल्ला हुआ था कि ये NFT क्या है, हाउ कैन समवन बाय अ डिजिटल इमेज फॉर 525 crores. It was bought by an Indian. It's a matter of honor. It was bought by an Indian whose name is Metakovan. He actually comes from Chennai. विघ्नेश उनका नाम है और उन्हीं के साथ मैंने काम किया है as a crypto educator, and I have been educating people about cryptocurrency, NFT and metaverse on my YouTube since then. यहाँ पर डिस्कस करने की बात यह है, आप सब डिजाइन फील्ड से बिलोंग करते हैं, आप सब डिजाइन स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हैं, यहाँ पर आप जानते ही होंगे NFT के बारे में, पर कुछ एक वर्जन मैं अपना भी आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि NFT आखिर में होता क्या है. एज ए कंटेंट क्रिएटर जब हम बात करते हैं, यहाँ पे कितने लोग हैं जो इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स बनाते हैं? ओके, 3-4 हाथ ही दिख रहे हैं मुझे. इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स बनाते हैं, यूट्यूब पे वीडियो बनाते हैं या किसी पर कुछ भी डालते हैं. कभी देखते हैं कि हमारी रीच इतनी बढ़िया होती है कि हजारों लोगों तक, मिलियन लोगों तक हमारा वीडियो जा रहा है. वी जस्ट बिकेम वायरल. और कभी किसी दिन होता है कि यार आज तो 1000 लोगों ने भी नहीं देखा, आज तो हम 3 डिजिट भी क्रॉस नहीं कर पाए. ऐसा हुआ है कभी आप लोगों के साथ में? हुआ है कभी? और ये इसीलिए हुआ है, और हम तब क्या करते हैं, हम ब्लेम करते हैं हाय ये एल्गोरिदम, इस एल्गोरिदम का तो समझ ही नहीं आता. दुनिया का कितना भी एसईओ ज्ञान ले लें, सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन सीख लें, पर समझ ही नहीं आता कि ये एल्गोरिदम कब कैसे कहाँ टर्न हो जाता है और हमारा वीडियो कभी बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है और कभी बिल्कुल काम नहीं करता. ये होती है प्रॉब्लम जब हम बात करते हैं सेंट्रलाइज्ड प्लेटफॉर्म की, जैसे कि यूट्यूब ले लें, इंस्टाग्राम ले लें या आज के वेब 2.0 के कोई भी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म को ले लें, वेयर एल्गोरिदम इज द किंग. एल्गोरिदम डिसाइड करता है कि आपका कंटेंट किसको दिखना चाहिए, कितना दिखना चाहिए, कितना परसेंटेज आपको उसका शेयर मिलना चाहिए, कितना परसेंटेज मोनेटाइजेशन उस प्लेटफॉर्म को मिलना चाहिए। क्या हम नहीं चाहेंगे कि हम एक ऐसी दुनिया की तरफ जाएं जहां पर हमारा कंटेंट पर हमारा अधिकार हो, और हम किसको वो कंटेंट दिखाएं उस पर भी हमारा अधिकार हो, और जिसको हम कंटेंट दिखा रहे हैं वो हमें पे करे, हमें डायरेक्टली पे करे। मुझे, मेरे और मेरे फैंस के बीच में कोई मिडिलमैन नहीं चाहिए। डोंट वी वांट दैट वर्ल्ड? देन दैट वर्ल्ड इज कॉल्ड sort of metaverse or a world where you can talk about NFTs, जहां पर आप मिडिलमैन को हटा सकते हैं। यही चीज हम क्रिप्टो में करते हैं, हम बैंक को हटाते हैं, पर्सन टू पर्सन ट्रांजैक्शन हम डायरेक्टली कर पाते हैं। वैसे ही NFT में हम मिडिलमैन को हटा करके, इन सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स को हटा करके अपने लोगों से, अपने फैन से, अपनी कम्युनिटी से डायरेक्ट रिलेट कर पाते हैं, और उनको हम प्रिविलेज दे सकते हैं, एक्सेस दे सकते हैं, एक्सक्लूसिव राइट्स दे सकते हैं कि अगर वो हमारी NFT बाय करते हैं तो उनको मिलेगा ये प्रिविलेज, उनको मिलेगा ये फर्स्ट, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं कोई म्यूजिशियन हूं, मैंने एक म्यूजिक बनाया, उसका जो कवर है वो स्पेशली मैं उनको ही रिलीज करूंगी जो मेरे NFT की कम्युनिटी में बिलोंग करते हैं। तो ये एक एस्पेक्ट हुआ NFT को समझने का कि कैसे डिजिटली आप एक ऐसा रिसोर्स बनाते हैं जो कि स्कार्स है और जो कि ब्लॉकचेन पर जाता है। तो वहां हम बात करते हैं कि NFT प्रूव्स द ओनरशिप, यानी कि एक एसेट आपके पास है, ये ब्लॉकचेन। और ब्लॉकचेन क्या है? यानी कि दुनिया भर के मिलियंस ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स इस बात को सिग्निफाई करते हैं कि हाँ, ये वाला जो म्यूजिक ट्रैक है ये याशिका की तरफ से अर्चना जी को गया था, और इसका गवाह दुनिया भर के इतने सारे कंप्यूटर्स हैं जिन्होंने इस ट्रांजैक्शन को नोट किया है, और ओनरशिप डिफाइन होती है कि आज से इसकी ओनर है अर्चना जी, राइट? इन सिंपल टर्म्स इसे हम NFT कहते हैं। अब इसके आगे चलते हैं हम मेटावर्स को लेकर के कि मेटावर्स में इन सब का क्या रोल होता है। अब जब मेटावर्स की हम बात करते हैं तो बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से जब मैं लोगों को समझाती हूँ तो मैं ये कहती हूँ कि आज हम अपना फोन लेते हैं और हम गेम खेलते हैं, चाहे आप पोकेमॉन गो खेलो, सबवे सर्फर खेलो, और कौन से गेम, कैंडी क्रश खेलो, जितने भी गेम्स हम खेलते हैं, पबजी, सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट पबजी, पबजी खेलो, ये सारे गेम्स जब हम खेलते हैं तो हम फोन के बाहर हैं और हम फोन पर उस गेम को खेल रहे हैं। इमेजिन अ वर्ल्ड जब हम फोन के अंदर ही घुस जाएंगे। That, my friends, is called metaverse, यानी कि जहां पर फिजिकल रियलिटी और वर्चुअल रियलिटी के बीच में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं रहेगा, जहां पर वर्चुअल रियलिटी ही आपको अपनी फिजिकल रियलिटी लगने लग जाएगी। आज मैं दुबई में बैठी हूँ, आप जयपुर में बैठे हैं, इससे कुछ मतलब 1 साल पहले जाएं तो हम सब अपने अपने घरों में बैठे थे और हमें नहीं पता था कि कब घर से बाहर निकलेंगे, बोर हो गए, कब निकल पाएंगे, कब कर पाएंगे। अगर तब सोचिए कि यही कॉन्फ्रेंस को हम पेरिस में बैठ के अटेंड कर रहे होते तो वो मेटावर्स होता कि कहाँ आप अपने घर से बैठिए, मैं अपने घर से बैठती हूँ, फर्क नहीं पड़ता, चाहे दुबई हो, चाहे चेन्नई हो, चाहे दुनिया का कोई भी कोना हो, हमने कनेक्ट किया और हम एक ऐसी रियलिटी में पहुंच गए, एक ऐसे वर्ल्ड में पहुंच गए जिसे बनाया हमने है, जिसे डिफाइन हम करते हैं। भले ही उसमें हमारे सामने आईफिल टावर हो और बैठ के एक दूसरे से ऐसे बात करें कि हम फोनों में या हम स्क्रीन पे एक डब्बे की तरह नहीं दिखे, बल्कि एक पूरे इंसान बन करके वर्चुअली एक दूसरे से ऐसे बात करें कि हम फिजिकली रियलिटी में ही ऐसे बैठकर बात कर रहे हो। यानी कि फिजिकल रियलिटी को जीना इन अ वर्चुअल वे is what metaverse does to you.
Yeah, thank you, Yashika.
अब ये question,
Yashika, I think that was very insightful, and there's a lot that is there to be covered yet, and we have one more speaker with us. However, I think what you shared just now has put a lot of light on what actually is the metaverse and what's the context for the younger generation and the content creators out there. And definitely with all the, because of, I think I would like to thank COVID for all the digitalization that has taken place and the technological shift that has into the whole sphere nationally and internationally. And it has sort of pushed the whole idea of blockchains, NFTs, cryptos, creating digital assets. We have with us Puneet sir here, and I would love to have his views on the same. Puneet sir.
Good morning, everybody. So actually, I was listening all the presentations. I'll just introduce myself. Actually, I am running a software company, but I am qualified as an architect. So I was also into the design field, and I did architecture from MNIT. And I was one of the first, I would say, few people in Rajasthan who was using AutoCAD and who was using Auto Architect, and I was one of the first few people in Rajasthan who would be able to basically do the 3D design. Nowadays it is very, very common and everybody can do this, but those days actually the laptops were not there, computers were very costly. So anyway, later on I switched my career to software field. So to start, actually, I remember when I was a kid, I used to basically read comics. और उस कॉमिक्स में क्या है कि आई यूज़ टू लव साइंस कॉमिक्स. आपने कभी फ्लैश गार्डन का नाम शायद नहीं सुना हो उन दिनों में. फ्लैश गार्डन, ओके. तो उसमें जब भी कोई भी मुझसे कभी भी बात करता था कि इस दुनिया के अंदर ये चीज़, ये आदमी सबसे बलवान है, ये आदमी पहले नंबर पे दौड़ सकता है, तो मैं हमेशा सोचता था कि ये इस दुनिया की बात कर रहे हैं या इस यूनिवर्स की बात कर रहे हैं. क्योंकि मेरी कॉमिक में दुनिया नाम की कोई चीज़ नहीं थी, एक यूनिवर्स ही था. मैं यूनिवर्स को ही सब कुछ मानता था. तो आई वॉज जस्ट थिंकिंग द वे द न्यू जनरेशन इज़ कमिंग. अगर कोई बच्चा अपने फादर से पूछता है या फादर अपने बच्चे से कहता है कि मैं आपको इस पूरे ब्रह्मांड में, पूरे यूनिवर्स में सबसे ज़्यादा प्यार करता हूँ, तो आई वॉज जस्ट थिंकिंग कि वो बच्चा क्या कहेगा. वो बच्चा कहेगा यूनिवर्स में या मेटावर्स में. सो एनीवे, so metaverse is nothing but a virtual world, the other world than this physical world. And sometimes actually I also tell you I could not sense what is the difference between the real world and the virtual world. हो सकता है हम जिस वर्ल्ड में रह रहे हो वो खुद ही वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड हो, किसी की कोई क्रिएशन हो, गॉड ने कुछ सोचा हो. इनफैक्ट बहुत सारे साइंटिस्ट ये सोचते हैं कि ये एक्चुअल में रियल वर्ल्ड है ही नहीं, ये तो वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड है, ये किसी की क्रिएशन है, ये किसी की थॉट प्रोसेस है, राइट. और थॉट प्रोसेस कहाँ डेवलप होता है? अपने माइंड में. और माइंड जैसा सोचता है वैसा ही प्रोसेस करता है. अगर मैं बताऊं तो अपन जो भी कुछ देखते हैं, रेटिना के अंदर उसकी उल्टी इमेज आती है, लेकिन माइंड उसको प्रोसेस करके सीधी कर देता है. तो ये जो डिफरेंस है जो वर्चुअल और जो रियल का, ये कुछ नहीं है, ये हमारे माइंड की ही एक पैदाइश है. ओके, इट इज़ जस्ट इन आवर माइंड. एंड लॉट ऑफ द एरिया ऑफ माइंड जो है वो उसको यही पता नहीं है कि वर्चुअल होता है या रियल होता है. खाली एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया है जिसमें हम डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं. तभी बहुत सारी जो ट्रेनिंग्स होती हैं, आपने देखा होगा, जैसे मान लो पायलट्स बनते हैं या सिमुलेटर्स बनते हैं, उसमें जो ट्रेनिंग होती है, दैट ट्रेनिंग इज़ एज गुड एज यू आर बेसिकली डूइंग द रियल थिंग. तो जो मेटावर्स है उसके अंदर भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें, आपने को लगता होगा कई बार कि इट्स ए वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड, कैसा होगा, क्या होगा, क्यों पॉपुलर होगा. बट आज की डेट में भी हम रियल दुनिया में भी हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी कर रहे हैं जो एक्चुअल में है ही नहीं, जो हमारी माइंड की क्रिएशन है, जो वर्चुअल है, राइट. लेट अस से कि एक पेंटिंग है, मोनालिसा पेंटिंग है. अब वो करोड़ों अरबों खरबों रुपए की पेंटिंग है. हम चाहें तो वैसी पेंटिंग जो है आज यहाँ पर आराम से क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, राइट. लेकिन हमारी एक माइंड की क्रिएशन है कि जो मोनालिसा है वो लियोनार्डो डी विंची ने बनाई है, ठीक है. उसकी कॉपी जो है वो लूवरे म्यूजियम में रखी हुई है, राइट. हम उससे बेटर कॉपी बना सकते हैं या हबू वैसी कॉपी बना सकते हैं, बट हमारे माइंड के अंदर एक बेसिकली हमने माइंड को कन्विंस कर दिया है कि ओरिजिनल तो मोनालिसा ही है जो कि लूवरे में रखी है, राइट. सेम चीज़ हम डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में देखेंगे या इसमें देखेंगे कि अगर मान लो किसी एक जने ने, ट्विटर के फाउंडर ने, अगर ट्विटर की जो फर्स्ट ट्वीट है उसको उसने NFT की तरह बेच दिया, तो वो तो एक ही है ना, राइट. अब आप कहेंगे कि उसकी मैं डुप्लीकेट भी कर सकता हूँ, उसकी और भी डुप्लीकेट कर सकते हैं. आप उसकी डुप्लीकेट भी कर सकते हैं और भी डुप्लीकेट कर सकते हैं, बट जो ओरिजिनल ट्वीट है वो तो ओरिजिनल ही है. जैसे मैंने मोनालिसा के एग्जाम्पल दिया, वो आपके माइंड के अंदर, मोनालिसा ओरिजिनल तो आपके माइंड के अंदर है कि वो लूवरे म्यूजियम में है. तो इसलिए जो NFTs बनती हैं, तो जो NFT का जो क्रिएटर होता है और उसको वो बेचता है, कहाँ बेचता है मैं अभी बात करूँगा, बट उसको जो बेचता है तो उसकी जो ओरिजिनलिटी की जो वैल्यू है, या कह लो कि उसका कोई और कोई उसका क्रिएशन नहीं है, वही एक ओरिजिनल है, उसकी जो वैल्यू है वो मोर इम्पोर्टेंट है रादर देन कंटेंट। कंटेंट तो डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में आराम से कॉपी हो सकता है, कोई भी एक ड्राइंग है उसकी आप दूसरी ड्राइंग कॉपी कर सकते हो, एक डिज़ाइन है उसकी दूसरी डिज़ाइन कर सकते हो, तो कंटेंट इज़ नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट। दी बेसिकली दी thinking behind that concept, that who created that, what created that, that is important. And that's why the watches sold into the metaverse are now basically maybe more costly than even the real world. वर्ल्ड के अंदर भी क्या है, वॉच जो है, वॉच टाइम देखने की नहीं होती, टाइम देखने के तो अपना मोबाइल ही बहुत है। लोग करोड़ों रुपए क्यों खर्च करते हैं रोलेक्स वॉच में? क्योंकि ये एक हमारी दिमाग की क्रिएशन है कि यदि मैं रोलेक्स वॉच पहनूंगा तो मैं बहुत अच्छा लगूंगा, मैं बहुत अमीर लगूंगा, मैं भीड़ से अलग लगूंगा। तो ये सारी जो इमेजिनेशन है, हम इस इमेजिनेशन में जीते हैं, बट हर कोई आदमी तो नहीं जी सकता, और हर कोई आदमी नहीं जी सकता, बट हर कोई आदमी जीना चाहता है, तो उसके लिए मेटावर्स है। मेटावर्स के अंदर आप चाहो तो कोई भी वॉच पहनो, आप चाहो जो आपको फैंटेसीज करनी है वो आप फैंटेसीज करो। तो जो हम चाहते हैं वो हम होने देते हैं, और जो हम होने देते हैं वो मेटावर्स में हो सकता है। इसलिए एक डिबेट है कि ये जो मेटावर्स है ये आगे आने वाले टाइम में कितना चलेगा। बहुत से लोग कहते हैं कि हाइप है, और बहुत से लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं नहीं ये रियल है। तो ये तो आगे आने वाला टाइम ही बताएगा कि ये हाइप है या इसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा मनी है। बट मैं आपको एक छोटी सी चीज़ बताऊं कि फेसबुक अभी हर साल 10,000 लोगों को उसने नौकरी दी हुई है, और $5 बिलियन हर साल वो खर्च कर रहा है मेटावर्स के ऊपर, प्लेटफॉर्म बनाने के ऊपर। 10,000 लोग, और उसमें भी मैं आपको एक चीज़ बताऊं, उन 10,000 लोगों में से पता नहीं कितने ही डिज़ाइनर्स हैं। तो डिज़ाइनिंग की इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा वैल्यू है। अभी मैं कुछ टाइम पहले किसी पर्सन से मिला और उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे US से काम मिला है। मैंने कहा कैसा काम मिला है? बोला मेटावर्स का काम मिला है। मैंने कहा आपको कैसे मिल गया? बोला हमारे पास डिज़ाइनर्स हैं। राइट। तो अगर आप अच्छे डिज़ाइनर हैं, यदि आपके पास अच्छी डिज़ाइंस हैं, क्योंकि जैसा संजय ने बताया कि इसके अंदर कोई फिज़िकल या कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है, आपके पास अनलिमिटेड क्रिएटिविटी की कैपेसिटी है, तो मेटावर्स के अंदर भी आप डिज़ाइन कर सकते हैं। ये जो वर्ल्ड है, ये वर्ल्ड क्या है? ये वर्ल्ड होगा $100 ट्रिलियन का, $10 ट्रिलियन का, या $200 ट्रिलियन का, इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस। आज की डेट में मेटावर्स का मार्केट $200 बिलियन का है, जो कि अगले 3-4 साल के अंदर $700 बिलियन का हो जाएगा। और उस $700 बिलियन में वो एक आपके पास अलग अपॉर्चुनिटी है उसमें डिज़ाइन करने की, उसमें सोचने की, उसमें क्रिएटिविटी करने की। और ये जो 700 बिलियन है ये 60 ट्रिलियन भी हो जाएगा। तो बेसिकली क्या है कि एज ए डिज़ाइनर आई वांट टू से टू यू दैट आप सभी, कोई फैशन में है, कोई गारमेंट में है, कोई ज्वेलरी में है, किसी भी तरह की डिज़ाइन में है, ये जो डिज़ाइंस है ना, ये रियल वर्ल्ड में तो ज़रूरत है ही, बट सेम डिज़ाइन जो है वो वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड की भी ज़रूरत है। और जैसे जैसे ये वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड का मार्केट क्रिएट होगा, आपके लिए नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ पैदा होने वाली हैं। राइट। और आपको मैं ये भी बता दूं कि बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट कभी नहीं बदलने, डिज़ाइन के बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट वही रखने हैं। जो हमें अच्छा लगता है वो अच्छा लगता है, जो बुरा लगता है वो बुरा लगता है, चाहे वो वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड हो चाहे वो रियल वर्ल्ड हो। तो डिज़ाइन के बेसिक चीज़ें कभी नहीं बदलनी है। हाँ, ये ज़रूर है कि टेक्नोलॉजी बदलती है। आज भी हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कर रहे हैं, और उसमें भी हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करेंगे। आज हम क्या यूज़ करते हैं? ब्रश यूज़ करते हैं, पेपर यूज़ करते हैं, वो भी तो टेक्नोलॉजी है। आज से 10,000 साल पहले क्या ब्रश हुआ करती थी या पेपर हुआ करता था? वो भी एक टेक्नोलॉजी है। तो ऐसे ही जो अब आईटी है, आईटी एक टेक्नोलॉजी है जिसके अंदर आप अपनी क्रिएटिविटी को आप बता रहे हैं। तो बेस कुछ चेंज नहीं होने, और आई कैन ओनली से कि द फ्यूचर फॉर यू काइंड ऑफ पीपल इज क्रिएटिंग लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इन द न्यू वर्ल्ड, एंड वन ऑफ दिस वर्ल्ड इज मेटावर्स। थैंक यू।
I think software is the backbone of it all at the end, and it is a tool indeed, or a means to an end. But what we could understand is the metaverse is the world beyond the world, and the reversal of view from digital to the physical realm is where we all are standing today, and I think it needs a little bit of adaptation. from everybody to create more digital assets, to look into where creators can venture into in terms of creating uniqueness, because I think at the end everybody wants to be unique. That Rolex watch is expensive because that is something that they are desiring to be unique there. And at the end, every creator, if you ask any designer what you want to do, earlier it used to be, I want to start a label. And that used to be their own representation of themselves. And I think NFTs and the digital world is offering that. And definitely that is something for everybody to venture into. I would quickly like to show everyone a small film and also share that the garment over here on the left, the red one, is also made on Cloth 3D. And this is the physical form of the garment. And this can be worn through WazirX and other platforms. It's come through Design Awards, one of the entries that we received under the design culture. And I would quickly like to show everybody a small film, the Tsunamika film that the students have created based on creating multiple digital assets and how that can be translated. Can we show the Tsunamika film by the Graphic Design Communication Department, please? communication department, and everybody has put in a lot. And I think the message is very clear that the sea creature is trying to express. And along with the digital world, there's also a physical world that we need to be reminded of. And there's a lot of generate. So the message is quite clear there. And so we've tried to digitalize that message in a way that it can be taken forward onto the digital realm also. The film is now available at our Arch College page. I would like to thank Puneet sir, Sanjay sir, Yashika and Shrutidhar sir for joining us today and sharing their insightful knowledge about the metaverse within the universe. And I would like to conclude this session for today. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. I would like to call Ma'am Archana Surana, our founder and director, to present our speakers today with a vote of appreciation. Please, ma'am. And Bhargav, sir, can you join us on the dais? Thank you, sir.